Who better to ask than you about Ulta and Target, this new partnership where Ulta shops will be in the Target stores. They're going to train the Target employees on all things Ulta and also on the Target websites. Is this a good thing? Is this a great thing? Is this the wave of the future?
Well, you know, it was 10 years ago that Sephora went inside of Penny's and we were all shocked, right? And that was the best selling department inside of Penny's for the whole time period. So do I think it's a great thing for Ulta to go inside of Target? Yes. Do I think it's a great thing for Target? Well, it's good for Target because they'll strengthen their offering to tie in with what they do in apparel and accessories, et cetera. Now they've got a better beauty assortment. So I do think it's a good thing. I kind of thought that might really happen with Kohl's instead of Target, but Target won the game. They've got Ulta going inside. And you know, Ulta's already got 1,200 stores nationwide. Target has about 2,000 locations, so they have plenty of open field to add more Ultas inside of Target, and they only have to do 1,000 square feet. They don't have to build a building. They don't have to pay for light and heat and all the things. This should be a great thing if you're Ulta. They're basically training Target employees. So yeah, it's kind of similar to what went on with Sephora and Nordstrom, with Sephora and Penny's, which put them competitive in the space for cosmetics for the first time in their whole lives. And I think this will really ramp up at Target. So yeah, it's a great deal.
Yeah, you know, the quick thought on cosmetics, there's a really high margin on these products, right? And that was one of the reasons why people loved Ulta and some of the names that have cosmetics, right? Just a quick 10-second thought on that.
Yeah, well, when I was in the business and we were running cosmetics, it was our most profitable department, carried the highest gross margin, and it's always been a very good business on the gross margin side. So this is a good thing for everybody concerned because it'll take up only 1,000 square feet. It'll be highly productive inside of Target, and it'll be really cost effective for Ulta to operate in there. So yeah, I don't see how anybody loses on this deal.
Right. You know, last time you were on, you gave us the great news that some of the retailers were now paying their rent again. Simon Property Group released its numbers for earnings for the latest quarter. What are we learning now about what's going on with retailers in the malls, the real estate that these retailers take up?
Well, I'm kind of excited about what's going on in the stores in general, right? If you're a discretionary store, in the second quarter, most discretionary stores were closed, right? Essential stores were open. So now the stores have reopened and in most cases stayed open, even though we've now seen record cases of COVID. So we've sort of learned to live with that. And it's been very exciting that we're seeing the business come back across the board, the high end all the way down to the low end. Nordstrom seems to be doing much better. Macy's, Kohl's, right on down through the group. And I anticipate that will just continue through the back end of the year. I'm anticipating a pretty good holiday selling season in what I'll call my kind of retail, because you're not going on a cruise, you're not flying out of the country, you're not getting on a plane to visit grandma, you're not throwing a big party at your house, you're not buying cases of champagne for that, you're not paying the caterer. That $150 billion that we usually spend on that kind of stuff, including experiences for holiday, can go right into sweaters. So if you're selling real stuff, you're going to have a pretty good selling season, in my estimation.
So it's all about the holidays and what people will want. What about tech stuff? I mean, I've heard everybody already fighting over the new Xbox. When we talk about names like Best Buy, one of the latest things that I heard from Best Buy, remember people used to go into Best Buy, look around, and they used it as a showroom. And then they would buy it on the internet from somewhere else. And that was something that plagued Best Buy. But from what I heard over the last 6 months, people were actually buying a lot of tech type things. You think tech will be hot for the holidays?
Tech has gone crazy.
Apple?
Tech was great for back to school. Apple was great for back to school. The new iPhone is out. But I don't think we're done. I don't think we've all bought all the routers and cables and TVs and computers and monitors and everything that we need. I think we'll still see a great tech holiday selling season. I think this is maybe the longest back to school in history because we keep buying more and more stuff for our kids who are sort of going to school and schooling from home, and they need all kinds of product to do that. And then for everybody like me that's working from home, I need bigger monitors and more stuff. we're not done with that. We're going to see a strong tech.
Yeah. I also thought it was interesting, names like Wayfair and Lovesac and some of these, anything that you do with home improvement and furniture and do-it-yourself and Sherwin-Williams and Home Depot, anything that has to do with your home. In addition to sweaters, I think you make a great point with that. Maybe we should look at Uggs too. I know Crocs did well recently. These are the points of strength. Is there a have-to-have item or anything like that?
Well, it's funny you would say that because I don't really think there is a have-to-have item, but I do think we haven't thought about the fact that we're all about to enter the 1980s grunge look, right? We're going to need a pair of Timberland yellow boots and Levi's, and we're going to need a heavy sweater, and we're going to need a new piece of outerwear, and we're going to need caps and gloves because we're going to be outside doing stuff in our backyard, standing around with our neighbors, socially distanced, where it's cold. We'll be around our fire pits. We'll be still watching our outside TVs when it's 47 degrees.
Yeah.
We're going to need clothes.
Well, let me quickly ask you this. Yeah, I'm out of time. I just have one quick thought. Brand recognition versus over that looks nice. You know, Nike, Lulu, Timberland, UGG versus department store, I don't know that name, but that looks nice.
It's going to be brands, 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 because that's what's already happened, and people feel more comfortable with brands, and that's going to last for a while. That's not a forever thing. Private labels have been extremely strong in taking over the world, but right now people are going, I recognize that I feel good about it, I'll buy the brand. That'll continue for a while till COVID starts to be a thing of the past sometime, next year after we have vaccines and cures for it. But right now I still think brands are a very strong comfort item for most retailers.
Well, happy holidays. I hope Santa's good to everybody and everybody gets, for whatever holiday you want to celebrate, get something nice. All right, Jan Rogers Kniffen, nice to see you.
Not be there otherwise.